Hi, and welcome all to this our special edition of Investonomics, our thought leadership platform, a show in which market experts, industry leaders, and business icons share their thoughts and experiences. Today, I have with me a very special guest, Mr. Prashant Pitti. He's a co-founder of EaseMyTrip.com. EaseMyTrip Planners or EaseMyTrip.com is one of the fastest growing companies and it's sort of only profitable company in the online travel space. And this is one of the few companies that has not really disappointed investors post-listing. And the company offers a comprehensive range of travel-related products and services. And an end-to-end kind of a solution for travel, airline tickets, hotels, and holiday packages. So welcome, Prashant, to the segment.
Oh, pleasure is all mine. Thank you, Pankaj, for having me on the show. It's always nice to speak to you.
Absolutely. So, Prashant, what we have seen that this travel industry has come out of this COVID impact. Now you have a war-like situation. So, how much of this war kind of a situation will affect the travel industry? And have you seen any kind of an impact in terms of fresh booking cancellation in the last few days, few months?
Sure. So let's dissect two events separately. Let's talk about COVID first, and then let's talk about the Russia Ukraine conflict which is happening right now. So for the COVID, we are almost at the end of COVID third wave. This time COVID third wave happened very quickly and also went off very quickly. And what we have seen was also a very milder version. So the anticipation for the future waves, if at all they happen, at least from our side, is that they will be more and more milder in nature because virus also doesn't want to die. So that's what our anticipation is. And as for the entire tourism sector, I think the tourism industry has jumped back to pre-third wave levels already. The entire tourism industry, I can safely say, has come back to pre-third wave levels. Coming to the newer topic, which is basically the conflict which is happening between Russia and Ukraine. That's just the sad part of what is happening in the world right now. We wish that something like that had never happened, but it is happening. And of course, there is some level of concern related to this. However, since the international travel is itself not much right now, the impact is very little on the PNL or on the entire tourism industry right now from the Indian perspective. Had the international travel picked up, travel to Europe or travel to US, had that been big, then I think the impact would have been bigger. But right now, the total international ticketing itself is around 5% or even lesser than that. So hence, on the domestic market, we do not see any impact of it so far.
Sure. Now, Prashant, there's been an announcement of closure of airspaces, and also we all know that crude is sort of touching new highs almost every day. So, what kind of increase do you see on the ticket prices and for both domestic as well as international travel?
There will be definitely some impact of it. We are anticipating that the ticket prices probably will go a little bit up for the domestic purposes, specifically because the flights are actually going chock-a-block these days. So, we believe that the price incrementality on domestic is going to continue go up. And for the internationals as well, because the airspace is getting closed, because of which very limited number of flights will be flying. And hence the prices for international tickets will also go up. The exact impact is yet to be seen. Because this is also new and happening right now in the real-time basis. But surely on the price perspective, the impact will be real.
Right. Now, coming to online travel market, what is the sort of size now and where do you see this industry sort of shaping over the next 4 or 5 years?
See, basically, Pankaj, the entire online market for air ticketing is somewhere around 70%. 50%, 55% through OTAs and 15% through the airlines, and remaining 30-35% is basically through travel agent for the air ticketing space. Now, our anticipation is that going forward, more and more shift will happen towards the online and specifically towards the OTAs. The reason is that the entire world is moving from desktops to mobiles.
Right.
And OTA becomes even more relevant when it is mobile, because on desktop, it is still okay to search for 5 different airlines. But on mobile, it becomes extremely cumbersome. So hence, with the penetration of mobile, we believe that the relevance of OTA will only go up with the time. So that is one anticipation overall for the industry. I think the Indian travel industry or aviation industry is going to see humongous amount of boom in the next 10 years or so. There was a research which I recently read that in India, there are 660 aircrafts which are used for domestic purposes right now.
Right.
And by 2035, 2,200 new aircrafts will enter to Indian domestic market, because there are so many more airports which are upcoming in India. So
Right.
India is unlike the West, or India is unlike the China, where the development is happening at rapid pace, at least in terms of creation of new airports, because of which the entire market is going to grow threefolds in the next 15 years, which we are really looking forward to.
Right. And now coming to EaseMyTrip, we have seen good amount of gross booking revenues in the last 9 months. One is largely because of the benefits of unlocking, and some bit for revenge travel is what we also understand. Now, how is this sort of trend now and going forward? Where do you see yourself? Are you sort of placing yourself in terms of gaining market share or maintaining market share?
So at EaseMyTrip, we have been a growing company ever since, Pankaj. We are a bootstrapped organization. We have never taken any money from anybody, and yet we have become the second largest travel portal in India, primarily by running business in the lean and efficient way and serving customers right. And as you would know that from FY18 till FY20 as well, our GMV was growing at 47% on year-to-year basis. 47%. So almost business was growing at 50% on yearly basis. Of course, the growth didn't happen because of the COVID in FY21. But past FY21, we are again coming back to the same trajectory. We are looking at the similar level or even faster amount of growth on the GMV basis, which is fueled by multiple reasons. One, the market itself is growing. Market itself is very, 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 very lucrative to grow. If the entire marketing is anticipated to grow at 15% on an annual basis, we are expecting ourselves to grow at least by 2 to 3 times faster than the market. The reason is that, by being even listed, EaseMyTrip has gained a lot of trust and credibility amongst the consumers by being listed in India. So that is also adding fuel to the fire, where the growth of the company is happening at much rapid pace than before. So our anticipation is to continue to grow in the double digits as what we have done in before.
Right. Now, one of the main USPs of EaseMyTrip has been the adoption of no convenience fee strategy, and due to its lean cost model. Now, we understand that the company is planning to double the workforce, and also there is a increased spend on the marketing as well. Would it change your USP, or are you looking to sort of tweak your USP going forward, or it will stay the same?
So at EaseMyTrip, we have multiple USPs. One of them is, of course, an option to not to pay convenience fees. The other one, which we have added about a year back, and which is doing fantabulously well, is basically allowing everybody who's using EaseMyTrip to cancel their flights in case of medical emergency and get 100% refund, including the money which was deducted by the airlines. This service we started in July 2021, so it's been about 8-9 months. And now the company, now when I'm hearing people talk about EaseMyTrip, they are talking about this feature more than the convenience fees feature at EaseMyTrip, because it is giving people peace of mind that, God forbid, if something happens, if you get quarantined, if you get sick for any reasons, all you have to do is upload doctor's prescription on EaseMyTrip and you will get your 100% money back. And this service is free. We are not asking consumers to buy insurance for this service. This service is absolutely free for people to use on EaseMyTrip. So this has become one of the bigger USPs for the companies right now. And I think that the growth is also coming with this new feature coming in. Besides that, we are customer friendly. We provide 24/7 services. We are available on WhatsApp to solve consumers' queries. All these are also another USPs of the company. Coming back to the point, yes, there is a plan to add more people in the organization. Part of that is basically with the inorganic growth, which is happening in the company. We have already acquired 3 companies, and there are many more in the pipeline. So Along with EaseMyTrip staff, I'm also adding the staff which are coming, and the growth of the inorganic companies as well. So with that thought process, we are looking forward to doubling our strength put together in year and a half time frame. We have already increased our strength from 370 people to 470 odd people, I think, in the last 6-7 months. And we are looking forward to grow along with the exceptional team, which we are hiring right now. But coming back to the point, that does not change the plan. We will continue to offer consumers option of no convenience fees. And as the margins of the companies are also getting better, because our hotel business, our railway business, our train, our bus business is actually growing by more than 100% every year. We have already surpassed the number of hotel bookings, bus bookings, which we did last year in the 9 months itself. In fact, in the 6 months itself, we overpassed that. So the company is able to extract better margins from the other businesses as well.
Right. In fact, I was coming to those businesses only. So in 2021, we had acquired 3 companies, YOLO Bus, then Spree Hospitality, and then Triviate. So basically, how are these businesses sort of shaping up? Well, I know you sort of touched a bit, but probably a bit more longer explanation would help.
So all these companies, the YOLO Bus, Triviate, and Spree, they all have very distinct advantage which they add into the EaseMyTrip ecosystem. See, our overall vision is to become more of a travel ecosystem rather than just be a travel platform. And these 3 companies are adding to that that ecos or those ethos which we have shared earlier as well, where we want to become the entire travel ecosystem. Triviate is a beautiful model. I'll start with the Triviate. Triviate is a beautiful model. Almost 70% of all the hotels sold in India are via travel agents even right now. Now, Triviate allows travel agents to buy hotels in a very unique way. One is to buy and sell from travel agents to each other. The other one is also basically allow travel agents to buy from the hotels on the last minute booking cases. So, both of these models are panning out really well. Unfortunately, I will not be able to share the number because this is in the middle of the quarter. You will probably hear about the numbers at the closing time, but the business is doing well. YOLO, again, I think YOLO could be a massive disruptor in what it is doing. Imagine what YOLO is doing is in India, we have about 15 lakh odd buses which are used for intercity travel, which is from city 1 to city B. And all of these buses are mostly in shambles. If you enter inside, you'll realize, forget about the ACs, the basics are also not there. So what YOLO is doing is YOLO is actually becoming a SaaS provider to these bus operators. To the bus operators, the YOLO services that I'm going to digitize your bus. I'm going to put GPS in your bus. I'm going to do a basic check and sanity check of your bus. And then I'm going to upload it on the YOLO platform. So to the customers who are booking on YOLO, they know that the quality is assured for this bus. So that they know where the bus is. They can share that GPS route to their loved ones and know where the bus is heading and where the bus is at that right moment. Imagine a girl who's traveling from Delhi to Lucknow in an overnight bus. Imagine the flight of their parents not knowing where the daughter is in the middle of the night right now. Is she keeping safe or not? YOLO solves that problem partially by allowing parents to track where the bus is right now at any given moment of the time. The bus will have Wi-Fi services as well, so that she can be in touch with her parents too while being in the transit. So basically anything which allows people to become more efficient and more informative is where the technology should be leading us to. And that is exactly what YOLO is doing.
Right. Now, Prashant, coming to say, for example, airline tickets is sort of a biggest portion of your revenue, and then you have hotels and other services. So would this sort of segmental mix change going forward? Which segment do you expect to sort of grow more faster?
So the segmental change is happening as we speak. As I told you that our other segments, our air, we are expecting growth in double digits, but our non-air business is growing at more than double the pace every year. And also to add to it, we are adding in organic growth in the non-air space. So of course, there should be a monumental amount of segmental change in the next couple of years, which you should anticipate from EaseMyTrip.
And also, I guess we are looking to sort of grow in international markets as well. So, what is the sort of scope what you are looking at in that
Absolutely.
sense?
So at EaseMyTrip, we have created six subsidiaries. The one in US, UK, Dubai, Singapore, Thailand, and Philippines. These are the markets where we want to recreate what we have done for EaseMyTrip in India. So basically, in all these markets, except for one market, there is already an incumbent player which is charging humongous amount of service fees or convenience fees, if you call it. Now at EaseMyTrip, we have the cutting edge technology and we have the best of the efficient organization in India. Now imagine the efficiency of operation combined with the technology if we start serving consumers in US for the same service, which is basically buy domestic air tickets to travel within the US on EaseMyTrip.us. Now we can create a winner model out there by using the efficiency, the existing efficiency and the existing technology which we have, and that's what the emphasis is on. However, this is going to be a long-term play. It's not going to be a short-term play. We want to have the same amount of patience as what we have had with EaseMyTrip in India. We didn't build EaseMyTrip by burning money or by spending by going on marketing spree, right? We built EaseMyTrip very patiently. So the plan is to basically start the operations in these countries. I think Dubai is one place where the operation has already begun. My younger brother Rikant is in Dubai right now as we speak. So the Dubai operations have already begun, and we will start attracting customers by spending few money on Facebook's and Google's advertisement. But the plan is to continue grow over there with the patience, but to do it profitably and to do it in the right manner, as what we have done earlier.
Right. So one question I'm sort of eager to ask from a customer perspective. One is, are there any international destinations which are sort of unaffected by war from a cost perspective? And in this kind of a current scenario, I mean, what kind of destinations would you suggest to customers?
So right now, if you ever asked me this question 2-3 months ago, I would have included Russia and Ukraine. I would have included these two names in the list of recommendation. Right now, my recommendations would be mostly related to Seychelles, Maldives, Dubai. These are the places which are remaining unaffected in terms of value for money, in terms of being opened up, and in terms of not being affected by the current crisis which is going in the world right now. And our thoughts and prayers are with the people who are getting affected by this crisis, and we look forward for this crisis to be resolved as soon as possible.
Right. And anything more insights you would want to sort of share with us?
See, I mean, I think most of your users probably know our journey. We have built this company in a very, very different way compared to the other e-commerce companies. Most of the e-commerce companies, they raise money, then burn money, then raise money, then burn money. Eventually to get profitable one day. At EaseMyTrip, we have shown tremendous amount of patience in growing the company in the right way of doing it profitably. We believe that the business is done only for two reasons. Reason number one, to serve your customers very, very well. And reason number two, to do it profitably so that you can serve them for a longer period of time, so that your company can even outlive your own lifespan. These are the only two reasons why one should do business, and we are following both the paths. We are not just worried about serving customers right, but also to ensure that we are doing it profitably so that we serve them for a longer period of time, and that tenet of the company will not change.
Right. So that's all I have, Prashant. Thank you so much for the insights into EaseMyTrip. I hope to sort of keep interacting with you in future as well. And I wish that all these current issues related to related to Russia and Ukraine sort of get solved, so that the industry sort of resumes the growth path.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. Thank you.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all related documents carefully before investing.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to never miss an update from ICICI Direct.